Om Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Shuklam Varadaram Vishnu Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarvavighnopashantaye Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Gurave Sarvalokanam Vishaje Bhavaroginam Nidhaye Sarvavidyanam Shri Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Sadguru Charanarvindabhyan Namaha Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Now we all are sitting in Vivekachudamani class. But for some time, let us just close our eyes and we all will take a tour to a beach. Let's say Marina Beach. We all are going to Marina Beach now. Imagination. You go to Marina Beach. There are a lot of things happening in Marina Beach. There will be a person selling sundal. There will be a person selling kadalai. There will be people playing, and all the other things will go on. But what is the highlight of the beach? The highlight of the Marina Beach is ocean. So let us just look at the ocean. And in the ocean, when we see, there is not only ocean, but there are also nice waves that are present in the ocean. So there is ocean part and there is a wave part. Waves are coming, waves are going. And now let us just assume that we are a wave. Let us just assume that we are a wave and we are present in the ocean. What is going to happen? At one point of time, slowly the wave is going to be born, right? It is equivalent to a birth, because before that wave was not there. I'm talking about one particular wave. So before the birth of wave was not there. And slowly the wave is being born. And then what happens? The wave changes its size, the wave changes its structure, because it started as a ripple. Every wave will just start as a ripple. And after that, it is going to gain a lot of momentum. And me as a wave, I become so happy. Why? Because I have the highest, I go to the highest height. I go to the maximum height in the ocean, and all the other waves, they look like bacha to me, because they all are forming. And me, this wave is so high. And what am I going to do? I'm slowly coming towards the karai. I'm slowly coming towards the sand part. And alas, what is going to happen to the wave? The wave is going to slowly subside, and I get so sad. When I was at the highest point, when I was at the peak, I was so happy. But what happens? The moment I reach my maximum point, I start to decline. And when I start to decline, I become so sad. And finally, what is going to happen? I start to recede, decline. And when I cross the border between water and sand, I lost all my momentum. Now nobody is going to, nobody is going to be happy, because when the wave forms, all the kids, they all will be happy. But then the wave resides, it is not fun. It is no more fun. And I slowly go back to the water. I slowly go back to the ocean, right? What is the lesson that we have to see? What is the lesson that we have to learn from this Marina Beach? When you identify yourself with the wave, when we identify ourselves with the wave, there are a lot of modification that is possible for the wave. There are a lot of modifications that is possible. The wave is going to be born. The wave is going to grow. The wave is going to reach its maximal potential. The wave is receding. And finally, the wave is not present. All that wave has to do, is to just change its notion. If the wave associates itself with the wave, then there is always this problem. This change happens, comparison happens. If I am at the highest point, I will be so happy. But if there are other waves which are higher to me, I will become sad. And I also have the fear of death. What is the death of the wave? It again merges back to ocean. That is the fear of death for the wave. So if I identify myself with the wave, I have all these problems. But if I identify myself with the water, what is going to happen? As a water, I am going to stay as water at all the time. If I identify myself with the wave, then I have all these vikaras, all these modifications, and I am only existent for a short period of time. Maybe half an hour is the residence time of a wave. Before the half an hour, wave will not be there. After the half an hour, wave will not be there. My lifespan is only half an hour as a wave. But as a water, do you know what is my lifespan? As a wave, I only have half an hour lifespan. But as a water, I live infinitely, because the wave, the ocean water is going to stay forever. Even if the water is going to go up as a cloud, water will not change. It might become from liquid to gas, it will change. But that H2O molecule, it is not going to change. And then the water is going to again come down as rain. Again, it is going to come back to the ocean. All the modifications, it is not going to affect me if I identify and associate myself with the water. If I identify and associate myself with the wave, I will always have problem. That is what Vedanta says. This body is like a wave. Wave is born out of water, right? Wave is born out of water. Wave is supported by the water. How do I know wave is supported by the water? How do I know if a building is supported by a pillar? We say a whole building is supported by a pillar. How do I know that? If that pillar is not there, then the whole building is going to collapse. The whole family is supported by this person. How do I know? If that person is not there, then the whole family is going to collapse. The whole wave is supported by water. How do I know? If I remove water, there is no wave, right? So the wave is born out of water. The wave is supported by water, and the wave goes back to water, right? If the wave dies, it is going to go back into water. The same way, the body, the whole Jagat, it is born out of Brahman. The whole Jagat is born out of Brahman. The whole Jagat is supported by Brahman. And the whole Jagat is going to go back to Brahman. Yatova imani bhuta nijayante ye najata nijivanti yat prayantyabhisambhishanti. Says Upanishad. Yatova imani bhutani jayante, that from which the entire universe is born. Yena jatani jivanti, that because of which the entire universe is supported. Yat prayanti abhisambhishanti, that onto which the entire universe go back to rest. That is called as Brahman. So if I identify myself with the wave, I will have problem. If I identify myself with the water, I don't have any problem because I am going to be always existent. There is no nasha for me. There is no comparison for me. Why? Because even if the other wave is going to go higher than me, but that other wave is also made of water. I am water. If I identify, if I localize myself onto only one wave, then I will compare myself onto another wave. But if I associate myself with water, then there is no need for comparison because all the waves are made up of just water. That is what Vedanta says. Don't compare yourself with the wave, but compare yourself with the water, which is the source of all the waves. If I associate myself with this body, then the body has got lots of problems. What problems the body has? This is what Acharya says in the shloka of Vivekachudamani. Janma, Vriddhi, Parinati, Apakshiya, Apakshaya, Vyadhi, Nashana. If I associate myself with the body, then I have all these problems. What is the problem? Janma, birth. I am born now. I am born now means what? Before that time, I was not there. If I associate myself with this body, then this body has got what? A date of birth. Before my date of birth, I was not present. So that itself is a problem. I become so uncertain. I was not there at one point of time. I am here at this point of time. After that, I won't be there. So I have the problem of security. Janma. Vriddhi. Vriddhi means what? Growth. Vriddhi means growth. Just like how the wave which starts as a ripple, it is going to grow, right? I was also as a very, very small baby. When I was a small baby, I did not have any problem because all the things my parents took care of for me. All the things my parents took care of for me. I don't even have to tell I am hungry because my mother knew when I will be hungry. My mother knew and then she fed me. My father, he bought me lots of new dresses. I have all the people surrounding me. I was the center of the family. That is what normally happens, right? If there is a baby in the family, every person will be focused on the baby. I got all the center of attention. But with the growth, what happens? Vriddhi, all the things went off. Now I have to take care of myself. So this is the problem with the growth. நம்மளே சொல்லுவோம் நாஸ்டாலஜிக்கா இருக்கும். People who has got a lot of nostalgia will say, oh, when I was young, I was so carefree. I don't have to worry for anything. I will just go to school. I will come back. I will eat. I will play. I will sleep. I'm missing all those times. We tell, right? Because of what? Because of vriddhi, growth. Parinati. Parinati means evolution. Change is called as parinati. Development. Just like how a butterfly from caterpillar stage to a butterfly, there is an evolution. That is what happens. It happens for all of us. I don't look like how I looked like, how I was looking when I was 2 years old, how I was looking when I was born. All lot of things changes. Not only I change, but people surrounding me also change. That is even bigger problem for all of us. If I change, we will not even notice, but people surrounding me, they all change. I was friends with him for 15 years and then he was not. Suddenly what one point of time, at one day he changed. This guy, I knew him for so many years. He got married, he changed. I knew him for 17 years, from my work, but he got promotion, he completely changed after the promotion. That person got transfer when out of sight, out of mind. That person got transferred. I helped him a lot, but he got transferred. Now he is not even calling me to ask me how are you. All these things all these things are what? All these things are parinati, parinamam, change. And apakshiya, apakshaya means what? Decline. Apakshaya means decline. So parinati is an improvement. Evolutionally, it is the so one form changing to another form, not necessarily bad, but apakshaya means decline. When I was young, I used to walk this much distance by feet. I used to cover this much distance by feet without anybody's help. Now, if I have to go from bedroom to bathroom, that itself is a great project. Kashi yatra mari povendirukku, bedroom landu bathroom or bedroom to kitchen. Everybody will go through that. That is what is called as apakshiya and vyadhi, diseases. All these diseases are happening to who? All these diseases happening to the body or mind. But I am Atma. I am the water. All these problems are only going to affect the wave. All these problems will affect only the body-mind complex. But as water, I don't have any problem. As Atma, I don't have any problem. That is what here Acharya says. Janma, Vriddhi, Parinati, Apakshaya, Vyadhi, Nashana. Nashana is completely gone, death. Nashana, Vihinam. I am what? Vihinam. I am devoid of Janma. I am devoid of Vriddhi. I am devoid of Parinati. I am devoid of Apakshayam. I am devoid of Vyadhi. I am devoid of Nasha. Why? As water, I don't have any of these avasthas. As a wave, I have all these avasthas. If I were a wave, then all these avasthas are going to affect me. But as water, none of these avasthas are going to affect me. Whatever is going to happen, it is going to happen at the level of wave. It is not going to happen at the level of water. It is what here Acharya says. Vihinam. I am devoid of, as Brahma Tattvam, as Atma, as an Atma, I am devoid of all these vikaras. Avyayam. Vyaya means change, because all these things are change, right? So avyayam means I am not changing. In Sanskritam grammar, there are several words. These words are called as avyaya, because these words will not change. If you want, if the tenses are changing, if the number is changing, for Strilinga, Pullinga, any linga, these words will never change. That is why those words are called as avyayam. The same word here Acharya is using. Avyayam. As water, I don't have any change. As a wave, I have lot of change. But as water, as the ocean water, I don't have any change. Janma, Vriddhi, Parinati, Apakshaya, Vyadhinashana, Vihinam, Avyayam. Vishwasrishtya Vighata Karanam. Vishwa Srishti Ava Vighata Karanam. Srishti, birth. Ava, to protect. Vighata, destruction. Karanam, in fact, I am the reason for Yatova imani bhuta nijayante ye najata nijivanti yat prayam abhisam vishanti. Just like how the water is responsible for the birth of wave, just like how the wave is supported by the water, Just like how the wave, even after the destruction of the wave goes back to water. In the same way, not only for my body, but this entire universe, I am responsible for the creation of this universe. I support the universe. When I say I don't mean this body mind complex, but as Atma Swarupam. And all this universe, after its destruction, it is going to rest on me. That is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Mayyeva sakalam jatam, mayi sarvam pratishthitam, mayi sarvam layam yanti, tasmad brahmadvayam asmyaham, says Upanishads. Mayyeva sakalam jatam, everything is born out of me. Mayi sarvam pratishthitam, everything depends on me. Mayyeva layam yanti, everything rests on to me. Tasmad brahmadvayam asmyaham, I am the Advaita, I am the non-dual Brahman. If I feel, if I sympathize, if I associate myself with a wave, I cannot tell all these things. But if I associate myself with the water, Mayyeva sakalam wave jatam, we can say Mayyeva sakalam wave pratishthitam, we can say Mayyeva sakalam wave layam, we can say. So if I see, if I associate myself with the water, all these things will be true. In the same way, as Atma Vastu, I am responsible for Srishti, Sthiti and Laya of this universe. Vishwa Srishtyava Vighata Karanam Brahma Tattvamasi Bhavayatmani. Here Acharya says, hey Sishya, you associate yourself with that Brahman Sishya. If you associate yourself with the body, all these problems are inevitable. All these problems are inevitable if you associate with yourself with the body. You can even be an Indra. Normally, this is the wrong notion that we all will have. If I am very spiritual, I won't have any problems. Okay, for up to some extent that is true. But Bhagavan himself shows that, okay, until a point that might be true. But even Rama is Swayam Bhagavan. He had to undergo a lot of ordeal. Indra, he is not even from in this loka. Maybe for Rama, we will say, okay, he is born as human, so he has to undergo all these things. Krishna, he is born as human, he has to undergo all these things. What about Indra? Indra, he did 100 Ashwamedha Yajna, and then now he went to Swargaloka. Okay, if I go to Swargaloka, I can enjoy all my punyam. No, it is not going to happen. Ravana is going to come. Narakasura is going to come. Hiranyakashipu is going to come. Bhandasura is going to come. Madhukaitapa is going to come. Mahishasura is going to come. Shumba is going to come. All these asuras are going to come. They are going to aim at your chair. Today, election results are coming. Everybody, in India, bipolar results are coming. In the same way, everybody is going to aim for Indra's chair. Even if I am an Indra, I cannot escape the problem. The moment I associate myself with the body, the problem happens. But all I have to do is what? Just to change the focus, just to shift the focus from body to Atma, body-centric activity to Atma-centric lifestyle. Wave-centric life, I have all these problems. Water-centric life, I don't have any problem. Then anything that happens to the wave, as water, I will just sit back and enjoy. All these things will become a laya for me, a leela for me. That is what here Acharya says, Brahma Tattvamasi Bhavayatmani, he Sishya. Therefore, associate yourself with the Brahma, the Atman, not with the body, says Acharya. Let us go to the next shloka. Astabhetam Anapasta Lakshanam Nistaranga Jalarashi Nischalam Nitya Muktam avibhakta murtiyat brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani astabhedam. Let us just extend that example. Bheda is going to come. If I associate myself with the wave, then there is a space for comparison. Okay, I am at this height. I grew at this rate. That wave is lagging beyond me. I am so happy. I am at the highest point. But soon what is going to happen? That wave is going to catch up. If that wave is going to catch up, it is not a problem. But that wave, because of its prarabdha karma, it has shot up even higher than me. Then I become lower. Then I become so sad. So whenever you have two entities, Shastra says, Dvitiyatvai bhayam bhavati. If you have two entities, then there is a scope for comparison. Then there is a scope for comparison. Then there is a scope for limitation. I helped him. He did not even see me. Naam pannadunaladan he became that much big, but now he is not even saying hi to me in a meeting. We will have all these problems. Why? Because we think we are our body. That is why we have a lot of bheda. Bheda means differences. But as Atma, as water, if there is only water, in ocean, there is only water. Where can I come? Who can I compare myself with? As a wave, I have a lot of other waves to compare. But as a water, I don't have any other water to compare. There is just only one water. So, astabhetam. There is only one water. Anapasta lakshanam. What is anapasta lakshanam means? I ever exist. As a wave, I have a date of birth. I have a date of expiry, date of death. Everybody dread for date of death. Everybody don't know what is going to happen after my death. That is the biggest problem. That is the biggest mystery we all have got. Why? செத்து போனவா யாரும் எப்படி இருக்கும்னு இப்ப நமக்கு வந்து சொல்றது இல்ல. If I go to USA, I don't have any problem, because people who are going to USA, they can call to India and then say, okay, things are very, very normal here. And I myself also can go to USA, come back without any problem. So I don't have any problem people going to USA. But if I am dying, if I am dead, no dead person has contacted me. No dead person has communicated me and told me, okay, this is how it is going to be. Pitraloka, okay, you have to, the moment you get off from the flight, there is going to be beautiful air hostess. In the journey, the air hostess will give you a lot of chocolates. The food, if I go from USA to India, how was the food? Whether I have to pack my food or not. If in the flight I can do. But what happens if I'm going from this loka to another loka? What food I can pack? I don't know. Nothing is going to come along with me. I am myself alone, and people who have gone that path, they have not shared their experiences with me. That is another problem. And I don't know how much punyam I have done. I don't know how much papam I have done. I am going to go to Swargaloka. I am going to go to Narakaloka. All these problems arise because we associate ourselves with the body. As a wave, I have date of birth. I have date of death. After death, the wave does not know where is going to go into the water. But as a water, I don't have any birth. I don't have any death. I can change my form. I can be a cloud. I can be a rain. I can be in a river. I can be in a ground. I can come into the ocean. I can come back into the ocean. I can be a wave. All the names and the forms, they all change. But my Swarupa, my real nature does not change. What is the difference between cloud, rain, and a river? What is difference? There is absolutely no difference. Whatever, the cloud also has got H2O. Rain also has got H2O. River also has got H2O. Ocean also has got H2O. Wave also has got H2O. That I am H2O is not going to change if I am in a river, if I am in an ocean, if I am in a wave, if I am in rainwater. That my Swarupa, my real Swarupa is never going to change. Water cycle now padichinrukom. But if I associate myself with the cloud, then I am going to change. Before the water evaporates, there is no cloud. After the rain falls, there is no cloud. So cloudness is transient. Rainness is transient. Riverness is transient. Waveness is transient. What about waterness? Waterness is not transient. Waterness is my Swarupa. In the same way, Atma is my Swarupa. Bodiness, childness, adultness, husbandness, wifeness, sonness, fatherness, motherness, all these things are transient. So it is up to us whether you associate yourself with your real Swarupa or you are going to associate yourself with all these transient things that are present in this world. That is what here Acharya says, Anapasta Lakshanam. As a body, you might have date of birth, date of death, but as Atma, there is no birth, there is no death. Natvevaham jatunasham natvam neme janadipaha nachaiva na bhavishyamaha sarve vayamatah param. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yavvananjara tatha dehantara praptihi dhiraha tatrana muchyate. Krishna says, Krishna cries in the 2nd chapter in Bhagavad Gita, hey Arjuna, know your real nature, Arjuna. Just like how you change your shirt when a shirt is soiled, in the same way Atma just changes the body, Arjuna. Just because you change your shirt does not mean you are dead. In the same way, just because Atma goes from one body to another body, the Atma is never going to die. Anapasta Lakshanam Nistaranga Jalarashi Nischalam. If I associate myself with the wave, then there is going to be a lot of chaos. If we go to Marina Beach, there is going to be a lot of noise. No, lot of noise, lots of ups, lots of downs. Taranga means wave. Taranga means waves. So the moment I say wave, there is going to be lots of ups, lots of downs as well. In the same way, as body, we have lots of ups. We have psychologically, we have emotionally, we have spiritually, we have materially, we have officially. We will face lots of ups and downs in our life. There is no escape for that. If you associate yourself with the body, then ups and downs, vinashyati, apakshiyaha, all these are part and parcel of life. There is absolutely no escape from that. The day before Rama was to be made a king, the day after even Rama was sent to a forest. Day before Sita was going to be a queen. The day after Sita was also going to the forest. It is even worse for Sita. Even the day after, she even went to, Ravana, he captured Sita, and Sita was she was kidnapped and kept in Sri Lanka for several months. So even Bhagavan, if he associates himself with the body, he cannot escape from the ups and downs of life. Even Bhagavan cannot escape from Vidhi. How about ourselves? But if we associate ourselves with the way, with the ocean, with the water, with the Atma, then we will be ever peaceful. Nistaranga Jala Rashi, Nischalam. For wave, there are ups and downs, but for water, there is no ups and downs. Nischalam, peacefully we can live our life very, 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 very peacefully, says Acharya. Nistaranga jala rashi nischalam nityamuktam avibhaktamurtiyat muktaha free. Nityamuktaha, ever free. We all want mukti. Here Acharya says, hey, you are already a mukta purusha. You want mukti, but you are already a mukta purusha. How can I understand? Let us take Karna, the example of Karna from Mahabharata. This is a very, very famous example that is given in lot of Vedanta text. Karna example. What is the problem of Karna? In Mahabharata, the only problem that Karna had was an inferiority complex. He thought that he was Radheya. His father was Radha. So Karna's father's name is Radha. He's a Ratha, Ratha, he's a driver. So Karna thought that he was a Radheya. And because of that, Karna has got lot of inferiority complex. But at the towards the end of Mahabharata war, Kunti came and Kunti told to Karna, hey Karna, you are not Radheya, but you are a Kaunteya. Arjuna was Kaunteya. Arjuna was called as Kaunteya because he is Kunti Putra. Kunti's Putra is Kaunteya. Radha's Putra is Radheya. So Karna, so towards the end of the war, Kunti came and told Karna, hey Karna, you are not Radheya, but you are a Kaunteya, you are a Kshatriya, because he thought he was a Sutaputra. But no, Kunti came and told Karna, you are not Sutaputra, you are a Kaunteya, you are a Kshatriya, said Kunti, and Karna was so happy. What happened in that process? Karna, he was ever Kunti Putra. Karna was always Kunti Putra. The problem with Karna was that he did not know he was a Kunti Putra. He associated himself with Radheya. Karna, he associated himself with Radheya. That is why he got all these inferiority complexes. But he was what? He was ever Kunti Putra. The knowledge of Kunti Putra, the knowledge that he is Kunti Putra alone was enough for the freedom of Karna. In the same way, Shastra says, you are always Brahma. Brahman. When I say Brahma, don't think the Chaturmukha Brahma, husband of Saraswati. Brahman. You are always Atma. But the problem is, we misidentify ourselves with this body. Just like how Karna misidentified himself with Sutaputra, with Radheya, as Radheya, in the same way, we just misidentify ourselves with the body. And that is the cause of all the problems. What is the problem? If I associate myself with the body, then I have all the 6 problems that I told in the previous shloka. Asti, Jayate, Vardate, Viparinamate, Apakshiyate, Vinashyati. I compare, I want certain things, I feel limited. All these problems comes because I associate myself with the body. But all that we need to know is what? For a Kunti to come and tell us, you are not a Radheya, you are a Kaunteya. You are not this body. You don't associate yourself with this body. You associate yourself with the Atma. There is no physical transformation. For Karna, did he undergo any ritual to convert from Radheya to Kaunteya? No, he was ever Kaunteya. There is only an intellectual change of point of view. In the same way, Shastra says, instead of Kunti, you need to have a Guru. Guru should come and tell you, hey, you are not your body, but you are the Atma. So when Guru tells that you are not a body, you are Atma, You don't have to undergo a physical transformation. All you have to undergo is mental notion. All that Karna had to happen, all that had to happen for Karna is just a mental transformation. In the same way, we have to have Shraddha in Guru, Shastra, Upadesha, Vakya, and we have to start to identify and associate ourselves with the Atma, the Brahman. That is what here Acharya says, Nitya Muktaha. When was Karna Kaunteya? If the question comes, when did Karna become Kaunteya? What will be the answer? Karna never ceased to become Kaunteya. Karna never stopped becoming Kunti's Putra. Only problem is Karna's misassociation, misidentification. Karna was ever Kaunteya. Only problem is Karna did not know he was Kaunteya. In the same way, Shastra says you are ever Mukta. You are always free. But because of your misidentification with the body, you feel that you are Baddha, you are a bonded person, but you are Nitya Mukta. Just like how Karna was Nitya Kaunteya, ever son of Kunti, in the same way Shastra says you are Nitya Muktam. Avibhakta Murtiyat. Vibhakta means differences. Vibhakta means differences. I am this wave. I am wave number A, born 10:28 a.m. and I am reaching, I am reaching the shore at this much speed. And then there is another wave, born 10:32 a.m. and it is going to reach the wave. It is going to reach the shore at that speed. So if the moment we associate ourselves with the body, there are going to be vibhakti. Vibhakta means differences, but as Atma, as water, there is absolutely no difference between one water molecule and another water molecule. Everything is H2O. One water and another water, how can we tell difference? There is no difference. So that is what here Shastra says. Nitya Muktam Avibhakta Murtiyat. That Atma Brahma Tattvamasi Bhavaya Atmani. You have to associate Brahma Tattvamasi Bhavaya Atmani Bhavaya. You have to associate and identify yourself with that Brahma Vastu, higher Brahma Vastu, not this lower body. You have to associate yourself with water. You have no problem. If you associate yourself with wave, every wave is going to have its own shares of problems. The only way to escape from the problem, the only way to disassociate yourself from the problem is what? Just to disassociate yourself from the root cause of the problem, which is body identification. In Tirukkural, Thiruvalluvar says, Noi nadi, Noi nadi, Noi Mudal nadi, Adutanikum, Vai nadi, Vai Pachayal abdimbar. If you want to treat a disease, you have to treat the root cause of the disease. If you treat the symptoms, the disease is going to come again and again. In the same way, if I have any problem, if all the things, all the remedies that we do is like treating the symptoms, it is not going to treat the root cause of the disease. What is the root cause of samsara disease? For the disease of samsara, the root cause is misidentification or avidya. And what is the medicine for that avidya? Jnanam Tattvamasi Jnanam. That is what all have to have, and we all have to practice that jnana. As I keep on repeating in Vivekachudamani classes, this class is not to be only meant, this class is not meant for only half an hour a week or 40 minutes a week. Slowly we have to internalize the knowledge that we get from this Vivekachudamani, and we have to extend it. In the beginning, we will do dhyanam for a definite time in a day. But as we go, as we spiritually, as we intellectually progress, as we spiritually progress, we have to extend this jnana at all the times in our life for this jnana to be beneficial for all of us. With this, I will finish today's session. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.